tutorial for this eye look. A lot of you guys have seen me wearing this on Snapchat, and I got so many requests to do a tutorial on this look. So it's really easy. It's using a lot of new products that are out on the market now. So I tried to use as many new things as I had kind of like lying around to kind of put them to the test. Some of them I've used before, some of them I haven't, but a lot of the products are new. Not all of them. Some of them are either my tried and true or just stuff that I've had in my collection. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 or 6 of the products that I'm wearing are newer products. The whole eye look is all new stuff. It's using the Lorac new Mega Pro 3, I think, yeah, palette, and I've just been really enjoying this, and so that's what's on my eyes. I'm using a new liquid eyeliner that I'm obsessed with, a new foundation that I'm actually really liking the way it looks, and then a couple things are products that I hadn't used before, one of them being this Lorac highlighter. It's a newer product. It's not brand new, but it's newer. But I haven't had an opportunity yet to really try it. So this one is in Starlight. That's my highlight. We have the Anastasia foundation. I'm trying that out today. For the first time, a new Makeup Forever lipstick. So there are quite a few new products. And yeah, a lot of you guys asked for a tutorial, so I have one here for you today. And if you might notice, the background is different. I painted the wood wall behind me. I just felt like it was really dark. I've had that wood wall for 2 years now, and I don't know, I just felt like switching it up. I found a photo on Pinterest that really inspired me, and it was like this white wood wall, and so we painted it. I'm still deciding how I feel about it. I put some shelves back there so it's a little bit more interesting. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit of what's going on. The shelves are super bare still. I have to obviously fill them up a little bit. So if you have any recommendations on some cool stuff you would like to see in these shelves, then please let me know in the comments down below. But if you want to see this look here, then just stay tuned. All right, we're starting off with Painterly Paint Pot. I've already done my brows here, but I'm just using a little bit of primer on my eyelids to cancel out any discoloration or redness. I really love this 3D HD precision brush from Sigma. It's amazing at applying any eye base. Next, we're gonna go in with this beautiful kind of creamy color called Pink Cream from the Lorac 3 palette. This is the Mega Pro 3. And I'm just using a flat shader brush, putting this all over the lid to create a nice base so that the shadows just blend a lot easier. It makes it a little less sticky and everything just seems to blend a lot easier. I'm also using this as my brow bone highlight just to crisp up that brow bone right under the brows. Next, we're gonna go in with this beautiful rosy color. It's called Tan, and we are blending this into the crease. We're staying above the lid, and we're kind of almost doing a cut crease with it. This is not a cut crease look, but just that initial tan color that we're blending into the crease. As you can see, things just blend a lot easier when you put that cream shadow down underneath. Otherwise, sometimes the Painterly Paint Pot can be a little bit tacky and shadows can tend to be a little bit streaky when you're applying them. So this just helps make everything blend 10 times easier, and this shadow has to be one of my favorites in the palette. So I'm just adding a little bit more and continuing to blend it out. Next, we're going into another one of my favorites, Dusty Mauve. It is exactly what it says, a dusty mauve color. This is a little bit more of a precise crease brush. I think it's similar to the 227, is that right, from MAC? I will link the brushes down below. And I'm just kind of concentrating this a little bit more into the crease and just back and forth windshield wiper motions, and still just keeping it up above the lid. We don't want any of it on the lid. And then blending out along the top with a little bit more of that tan color just to kind of keep it all diffused. Next, we're going in with Violet Gray. This is such a beautiful color. I'm gonna link this brush down below because I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of my favorite. It's a duo fiber brush. It's very light and wispy, and I really love it for when you kind of want a little bit more of a blown out look. So I'm applying a generous amount of this to the outer half of the lid. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the color Toffee, and just to add a tiny bit of warmth to it, just applying that right along the outer side of the tan color. Next, taking that same brush we used for Violet Gray and going in with Eggplant. Again, I don't have any foundation on, so I can be a little bit more messy with this because we're going to clean it up. And I'm applying this to the outer half of my lid in little circular and windshield wiper motions, just kind of wedging the brush right into that outer crease and just kind of blowing it in towards the inner half of the eye. Going back in with my blending brushes and just kind of blending that out. This was the color Dusty Mauve, and we're just kind of gonna keep blending and applying. Next, we're gonna take a flat panel brush in the color Rose Quartz. This is one of my most favorite colors in this palette. It's so beautiful. We're applying this to about 2/3 of the lid. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that same brush, we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna go in with the color Tulle. And we're gonna apply that into the inner, like third to inner half of the lid. I love the way it looks layering these two colors because you have that really light, bright look on the inner corner, and then it kind of fades to this really beautiful rose gold color in the center of the lid to a more matte eggplant purple. I think the combination of these colors are really pretty, and I notice every time I wear this eye look, one, I get a ton of compliments, and two, it makes my blue eyes pop. It makes them so blue and vibrant, and I think this would be beautiful for green eyes. I think brown eyes would look beautiful. This is a look that I think any eye color could wear, and it'll just make your eye color really pop. Again, just going back and forth with my blending brushes to just blend out any harsh lines that may arise from adding the darker colors, and going back in with a combination of pink cream and the crepe color just to make that brow bone a little bit brighter. And I'm adding just a little bit more eggplant. And as you blend, sometimes these shadows can kind of fade a little bit, so it's just about reapplying and blending. Now we're going to wipe away any fallout. There really was very minimal fallout with this, which I really appreciate because sometimes these really soft Lorac shadows can be a little bit messy and fall out a lot. Now, this liner is amazing. It has to be one of my favorite liquid liners. One, it lasts forever. It's very black, and it is the easiest eyeliner I've ever used. It's the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner. I showed this in a haul that just went up last week. But this is so easy. Do you see how much pigment is in when I'm flicking it out? Most pens, like the tip of it, has hardly any ink, even if it's a fresh one. This one just is so easy to use. It's the perfect flexibility, the perfect stiffness. I just find that it is one of the most simple, easy, fantastic liners to use ever. If you can't tell, I'm super passionate about this. It's e.l.f., it's drugstore, it's inexpensive. Next, another gem. This is the Bye Bye Pores by IT Cosmetics. This is their primer. This primer makes your skin so incredibly soft. It evens out any texture, fills in your pores. It just literally feels like a baby's bottom. Next, this is a new foundation. It's my first time using it here in this video, and that's the Anastasia Stick Foundation. This is the shade Beige. I'm actually kind of fair in this video, so I was surprised that this color actually worked really well. When I applied it with the brush, I just didn't like the way it was blending out, so I went in with a beauty blender, and I find it works a lot better. It kind of was like a light to medium coverage, so I had to kind of keep applying it to get the desired coverage that I want. If you guys have a method that you like to apply this, please let me know. I heard this was a more fuller coverage foundation, but for me, I just didn't find it was incredibly full coverage, and I couldn't really do the bouncing motion as much as I usually would with some stick foundations, but mainly cream foundations, so it's almost like a bounce and swipe motion. And I really actually like the way it turned out though once I got it blended in. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It's so good, you guys. It smells like coconuts. It's super hydrating and really great coverage. And so this is in the shade Light, and I'm just packing this on underneath my eyes. I love it because it doesn't get cakey and it doesn't crease. And I'm gonna set it with the RCMA Colorless Powder. I really like this. I really love the Kat Von D one. e.l.f. also makes a great one, but I've just been kind of switching it up, and this one is a newer one for me, and I really like the way it sets my under eyes, as well as kind of cleaning up the contour, which you'll see later on in this video. I'm now taking a little bit of my Pro Longwear powder from MAC in the shade Medium Plus, and I'm just lightly setting my T-zone and a little bit on my cheeks, because sometimes when I go in with powder bronzers and stuff, if it's a little bit tacky, it leaves it really streaky. So I'm just lightly setting that, as you can see, pressing it into the skin. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronze in the shade 15i. And this is a Sigma angled blush brush, I believe. And I'm just contouring and kind of warming up my face, because my face looks a lot lighter than the rest of my body. So I'm just chiseling out the cheekbones a little bit, along the forehead. I really like this brush, but sometimes I get a little bit messy and a little bit sloppy, but it's really easy to clean up. You just take your Real Techniques complexion sponge, a little bit of that RCMA powder, and you'll see here I'm just gonna clean that up real quick. And it's like I was, you know, taking my time there with the bronzer, when in reality, I wasn't. And then I'm gonna go in with a gorgeous blush color. This is the Makeup Geek blush in Cherish. I adore the Makeup Geek blushes. They have to be in like my top 5 blushes of all time. I actually have one blush that is almost finished, which you'll see in an empties coming up soon, but I'm applying that all over my cheeks. And then I'm gonna go in with this highlight, which is not a new highlight, it's newer within the last few months, but it is the Lorac Starlight Illuminating Highlighter. This is really beautiful. It's not a really pow in your face highlight. It's a little bit more on the subtle side, but it's like in between subtle and like ba-bam. And I really like it. It's really beautiful. Now I saw that I needed to just kind of clean up that brow bone a little bit more, so I added a little bit of the color Crepe just to brighten it up. I really wanted that brow bone to pop a little bit more. And now we're moving on to the lower lash line. This is the color Eggplant, and we're going to smudge this out on the lower lash line. I'm really sorry, I didn't adjust my camera very well, so some of them are not quite centered. And I did put black liner in my waterline, but I don't like showing that because when other people show it, it makes me gag. So I don't like having to see it back in editing. This is the color Dusty Mauve, blending that out on the lower lash line. This is my favorite brush to use for blending the lower lash line. I will link it down below. And then we're gonna go in with a little bit of Maple, which is a really warm orangey brown, just to add some warmth to it, a little bit of contrast, and we're gonna smoke it out on that lower lash line. Then to the inner corner of our eye, we're gonna take a combination of Kava and Snow, and we're gonna pop that on the inner corner just to brighten it up a little bit and kind of fade it into the Tulle color. For mascara, I'm using the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I'm on the fence about how I feel about it, whether I really like it or not. I'm just doing a light coat, and then I'm gonna go in with some of my favorite Esqido lashes. I will link them down below. I also have a 15% off coupon code. Now these lashes I have worn 9 times. This exact pair has been worn 9 times, and they are still looking fabulous and easy peasy to apply. They're some of the easiest lashes. I am ordering some drugstore ones so I can have some other alternatives for you guys, but these Esqido ones, like, I get so much use out of one pair. It's insane. For my lower lash line, for my lower lashes, I'm going to use, I started out with the IT Cosmetics Tight Line. I think this one is getting a little bit dry because I didn't find it had a whole lot of product on it. And this is what I usually use for my lower lash line, so it could be getting low. And then I went for my lips, I lined them with Colourpop Aquarius. This is a gorgeous nude liner. And the lipstick I use are the new Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Cream in C105. It's just the most perfect kind of beigey nude lipstick. If you need a nude lip, this is a great one. And this gloss is amazing. It's the Marvelous Moxie Buttercream in Forbidden Nude. So if you have not tried these lip glosses yet, I highly recommend it. And that is it. That is the finished tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Alright guys, that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you are new, please subscribe. So don't forget to thumbs up as well. That lets me know that you guys are enjoying these types of videos. If you have any requests for a video, leave them down below. especially beauty videos. I have a lot of fitness videos in mind, but if you have specific beauty videos, please leave them down below. I would love your suggestions. I want to make videos that you guys enjoy watching, and so yeah, I would love some of your guys' feedback. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Is this brush here called the 104, and this one is going to be great for like cream contouring or cream blush or cream highlight, or even concealer under your eyes. So it's a little bit of a flatter pinched, sort of dense brush.